Okay, hello everyone. I'm Nora. It's very excited to host the Crypto Market Insight session with our guest. Today, we are thrilled to have with us our guest who will be sharing their opinions on the market trends. As the host of today's discussion, I'll be leading us through a thought-provoking conversation that promise to be both informative and engaging. So, whether you're an experienced crypto user or just getting started, we encourage you to sit back, relax, and join us for what is sure to be an enlightening discussion on this week's market performance, trends, and hotspots. While the live session is broadcasting on CoinW Live channel and CoinW's YouTube channel, welcome all to watch and leave your opinions or any questions about market coin in the comment. Our guest will pick up some to answer. And yes, I'll mention that our audience can join the CoinW official community to claim the 20 USDT rewards. Please check the live details for the link. And in this part, we would like our guests to share your market insights on any crypto tokens you want to talk about. Please be free to share the screen to let us watch your charts. Okay, firstly, let's hear from Jay.
Hi guys, welcome. I'm sorry for last week. All right, I'm back, guys. I'm back. I'm healthy right now. So today, Bitcoin facing some pullback. Hi everyone. Hi Nora. And so this trade we took it from today live on CoinW. So this is my solo live, and we got a jackpot. So this is the liquidity that we are talking about 66,000, and we still got above the huge above around 6, 7, 500 ish. So probably today we might get a little bit drop. I don't know why my heat map is not working right now, because I'm gonna show you my uh where is the liquidity right now. So give me a sec. But right now, Bitcoin is on the full moon. So what is mean? So we got a top from 2 days to the tops, because we don't count on Sunday. And probably if we don't take this low, okay, this full moon is going to reverse tomorrow. So let's see. As long we don't take this low, 64-ish, all right? So it could be reverse on tomorrow, because tomorrow we got non-farm payroll. And 2 days ago on Jolts, it was good. It was risk on. The market was fun. It was risk on, but suddenly market seems like to pull back. But as long we don't take this, so tomorrow we can get the full moon bounce and the NFT bounce. As long the news of the non-farm payroll is going down again. So as long it's good, tomorrow we can get the bounce. But right now it's looking weak. But today we got some pump. But look at this, we got some crazy coin that pump. We got Solfi, we got Neutron. So on Neutron, I don't know, guys. This is some kind of like we saw so much spike. We saw so much spike, guys. And even oil. So this is oil, yeah. XTI is oil. So oil is pumping right now. And for oil, oh my god, 1111. Let me check for oil, because this is that determined for the high risk assets such as crypto and gold. Look at gold. Gold is also dumping right now. Probably gold can see the low until like 4,500 ish, and then like tomorrow, as long we gold same with Bitcoin. As long we hold the low, we can see the bounce for gold tomorrow. So that's oil. So let's see for oil. As long oil still not reclaim the previous high, we might still think this is a higher low for the oils, because I'm thinking to shorting some oil, guys. To be honest, I'm thinking, I know it's war, but I'm thinking to shorting some oil. But all I want to know, when this candle to stop, or this thing is protected. If this thing protected, we're not going a little bit above, maybe just like, I don't know, liquidation grab, a little bit high, and then drops. Because this is too much for oil. Because oil leave it so much gap below. So if this thing hold, I'm targeting oil around this 7x6 because we got some gaps around here. So 68 dollar for oils. So if oil drops, that means all the high risk assets such as Bitcoin, it cool, everything's going to pump again. But right now, it's kind of jumpy, guys. I look at this upsloping trend line, false break, and false break again. Second, this is the second false break. We saw this before so many times. Uh, Bitcoin false breaking around the down and up sloping trend line. I look at this, respecting the down sloping trend line, 1, 2, 3 tracks, respecting the up sloping trend line. But this is some kind of false break. Can we get another false break for the third time? Yes, we can. Probably maybe tomorrow. So the key is for tomorrow and today. As long as we hold 64x62, we might still can see the bounce. All right, Nora. All right, guys. Thank you.
All right, thanks for Jay. And next one, let's welcome Josephine.
Yeah, all right. Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
All right. Thank you very much. So I great one there from Jay and celebrate every one of you. And real quick, I've actually had to to close down a lot of my portfolio because of the situation of the market, so much instabilities and spikes. I personally, I don't enjoy trading spikes in the market, so I just narrow down my trading to basically how far it's going to take me. So that is that. So having said that, let me share real quick. Let me just share my screen. Okay, just a second. All right. Okay. All right. So basically, I've been looking at BTC. Actually, got in some sell. Okay, based on what I analyzed last time. All right. We got some sell from this region at 73 thereabouts. Okay, down a little bit. I was thinking we were going to take this high, but we didn't. I was thinking we were going to tap in into this other block, but we didn't get up to that. So we literally closed a partial trade. All right. So the market literally retraced back into our entry, which we just took this second entry. So BTC has literally come, and we have this buy side liquidity around here, which hopefully there are tendencies that it might just break sharply, touching this. Let me zoom out a little bit. All right, let me zoom out a little bit because this has been my area of interest for quite some time. All right, either I'm going to get a buy trigger around this region or it's probably dropped below here. But from what I'm seeing from the fundamental right now, I doubt if the market is going to drop below 56 thereabout. So I'm betting on the region of 62K thereabout to get into this buy and right to the upside. But on another thought, I don't know how many of us are acquainted with there's a project now that I think it has done over some about 21-20K this thing regarding the Vanguard oil whatever that's tokenization that I am hearing like a rumor, but I don't know how true that is. But every indication is pointing towards that we might get oil tokenization within the week. And if that happens, obviously we are going to get the price of oil drop rapidly, all right? Which coincide with what Jay just said now, that resistant at the upside, the oil might drop. But for BTC, obviously there are tendencies that we might not be able to break this level and it will push to the upside. So right now, I just tag this entire zone, all right? This entire zone we're currently having, I just tag it as range zone. All right, if you literally draw it out, it's literally like a range zone. So just scalping in between. But if we have anything significant, then I would want to put aside that. Let me zoom out a little bit. Uh, Aside that, we don't have any strong based on technical analysis. We should be rebounding, but fundamental has been keeping it ranging. So let's see what's happened within the week. We have FOMC tomorrow, and I'm positive that this market should be able to break this level. by next week. Yes, definitely. I'm sure that it's going to break out of this ranging zone next week, and I'm um, I'm pushing for a buy, all right, and a break of structure to the upside here. Probably the rebound should replay, prove a little bit above, drawing close to 98, 95 thereabouts for next week. So right now I'm just watching the market. I'm being careful. I see small opportunity on a lower time frame. I just scalp. I think that's just all. All my other altcoins, I'm just holding on them till I see what happens next week. So I don't really have a lot for now. I think the market is just spiking in and out and like that. So that's all from my end here.
Okay, great, great. Thanks for Joseph. And then let's hear from Lee. Uh, okay, Lee, we can't hear your voice. Yes, we can't hear your voice.
Uh, can you hear me?
Okay, okay now.
Okay, it's working. So let me switch to my screen. So yeah, and every time I'm gonna start from two perspectives. The first one is macro economics and about news. The American war conflicts have continued to put pressure on risky assets such as gold, not gold, but stocks, Bitcoin, and risk assets. And today, the rebound momentum of the U.S. stock market may not sustain. So we need to figure this out tonight, and we need to check, and whether it's continue to drive the decline or cryptocurrencies, as we all know, because cryptocurrency is high beta assets, is always decline before the American stocks. So additionally, some data will be released tonight and some meeting, and there is still a probability of final crash or plug in the crypto market, maybe the next month or this year. So, and we also find the gold price have also plummeted due to the Trump's remarks today, and well, oil prices have increased the sword, and it is destined that the next 2 weeks will also be turbulent and unstable. So, if we switch to the K line, we find the price is still decreasing, and in the short term, I would like to say we always take the ETH as
Okay,
it's
actually, okay now.
it's like 2020 is around here, and the Bitcoin is around 6.6, and currently prices are still declining. We need to observe the data. Today's American stocks and meetings in the news. When everything it's calmed down, and maybe tomorrow morning, if the because the stock market if trying to decline again, it may still drive down crypto market assets. So it is advisable not to rush to open position for now, especially for a long position. I don't recommend you to do that. We need to time. So if the price cannot be stable here, so next support level would be around uh, 90, 80, and next one maybe here is around 90, 30, and the final bottom I would like to say is gonna be you know around maybe 1,800 around here. It's been consolidation here for a couple of months. From the long-term perspective, I would say price will likely continue to fluctuate at the bottom, around here, 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 and and the bear market has not ended yet, and there is still probability of the final crash. Maybe it's gonna be a bad, and in bear market it always take time. Yeah. So this is basically from my side of recent market.
Okay, great. Thanks for Lee. And then let's hear from Priya.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me, Nora. Okay, so today market, we are currently seeing some more downtrend. But what I see currently is we found the support. It was taking the board nearly 65K, so that could be strong, but it is right now market is slightly cautious phase. So Bitcoin is still holding as a key driver, but we are seeing some consolidation rather than the strong breakout. So breakout for the breakout that we need some more catalyst, and still there is lots of reasons behind the it's not giving a breaking out. Um so after recent volatility, here BTC is trying to stabilize. So that stabilization I have seen on 65K. Yeah, it's closer to that 65. So and the market is also watching closely to see if it can build the momentum again. So I trust fully towards the um 65K support level. I hope it won't break below than that. So, and the main factor which I think which is influencing the market is, of course, the macroeconomics, and especially the interest rate expectations and global liquidity. So the investors are being a bit careful, so which is why we are not seeing the aggressive buying yet. So that I'm looking for the aggressive kind of a buying level. Maybe it may happen anytime. So even towards Ethereum, we can also see the major altcoins, and those are moving aside. Even Ethereum is also trying to hit the same level, but it also maintaining the support level about 2K. So that seems to be a good one. So there is no strong or yeah, I'll see some signal here yet. So still we are waiting for that too. So, but the accumulation seems to be happening quietly in the background. So I trust the process. So if the Bitcoin manages to hold the key support level, so the support I'm expecting 65, maybe the support may change anytime. So here the strongest one could be 62, or about 60 level. We can expect the support levels for the BTC. So when it starts to break the resistance, we expect the biggest moves. So we could also see the next leg up. But if the macro pressure continues, short-term pullbacks are still possible. So we have to be cautious always in this situation. Thank you.
Okay, great, great. Thanks for Priya. And the last one, let's hear from Boris. Okay, Boris, we can't hear your voice. Mm, yes, Boris, can you hear me? Right, we can't hear your voice. No voice, right? Maybe you can rejoin this website. Yes, we cannot hear your voice. It's okay, let's wait for a few minutes for Boris. Okay, I think we can dive into another part and wait for Boris. I think Boris, maybe you can change to use computer or change another devices, right? Okay, guys, here is a question for our traders, and the question one is: even with staunch bulls like Tom Lee, Ethereum's future is still being questioned. On Polymarket, a growing number of users are already debating whether ETH's market cap position could be overtaken. How do you assess Ethereum's outlook? Yes, we can see the chart in the Polymarket and 56% chance here. And for this question, let's first invite Jay.
Yeah. So w- with overtaking with who? XRP, Solana. It's kind of impossible, guys, because first, Solana ecosystem is all shitcoin. So okay, shitcoin is almost dead right now, but it ecosystem, lot of it, and what else? It got Arbitrum, it got OP, it got a lot of it. It got Ina and Egan, but XRP, what XRP got? So I don't think it will flip into number three. No way, because 2 3 days ago I was trading on it and I saw it performance is stronger than Bitcoin. So I so I saw like some movement on it and the ecosystem. So let's say we can get a bounce tomorrow or next week. I think it the one that gonna performing first, because right now I saw so many things happening on it with a simple back then I don't want to withdrawing USDT with it chain, so ERC20, but right now it's cheap, guys. After the upgrade that it done, that Vitalik done, everything is cheap. So, but the Arbitrum network is still cheaper, But it used to be expensive. Let's say back then, I think 4 or 5 years ago, I was withdrawing uh $50, and then like the gas fee is like $20, so you have to spend 70, but you only get 50. But right now everything is good, so I don't think on the poly market it will flip, so it's still the queen. Yeah, Nora, thank you.
Okay, nice. Thanks for your answer. And then let's hear from Josephine.
All right. So basically, Ethereum, I've grown fond of Ethereum ecosystem. I've been a big patronizer of the system. Now, I'm going to speak from my personal experience, all right, as a trader and also as an investor. So basically, what I would say is this, and it's simple, right? Now, there's so much anticipation for maximum, exponential growth on Ethereum for so long, all right? Now we have the volume, we have the numbers, solid project, and what have you. All right. Now, having to say that Ethereum future is being questioned is funny because even while BTC was trying to get adoption, the future was also questioned. There's no project that comes on any ecosystem now that the future is not questioned. That's by the way. But also, I mean to say that now for Ethereum, I know there's a lot of instability in the market right now. We are not getting even up to 50% of what we projected, and the time is moving and all of that. A lot of weekends are getting withered and all of that. But what I would say is this: number one, aside right now, I think Ethereum has one of the best ecosystem right now. So the capacity when the market stabilize for it to flip is guaranteed, but I'm sure that is going to even happen in 2026. All right, and I'm certain that is going to happen in 2016. But not to say too much or give it too much credit, I would say that another thing is we should not forget that Ethereum is an altcoin, and with innovations and anything coming, any narrative can come and outspring and allow people to put their resources into new narratives. And that's one thing I've learned in this industry, to learn to be fluid when the changes come. And people look at what happened with Solana ecosystem. All right, look at what happened with other ecosystem that came in, and it looks like they were pulling the numbers along the line. They couldn't stand a lot of gravity. So, but what I want to say is, for investors and traders, the ecosystem of Ethereum is still solid. All right, it's still solid. This 2026, I'm still big. I have a lot of portfolio on ecosystem in the Ethereum. All right, but notwithstanding, when we get new narratives that start maybe spearheading volumes, don't be too adamant to Ethereum, and you would not want to participate in the ride. I think that's all from my end.
Okay, great. Thanks for your answer. And then, Lee, do you want to share something?
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry. So from my side, I think I find this information maybe a couple of days ago, and in this short term, I would say ETH, because I'm a fan of ETH, is still under pressure. Yeah, and on poly market, the probability of ETH being overtaken at the second largest crypto market, cryptocurrency by market capitalization, in this year has surged to over 59%. And primarily due to the competitor like I would say Solana and stablecoin narratives and the capture market share, and also we find with the ETH BTC ratio continues to weaken. Additionally, one of the problem is narratives around the layer 2 solutions, restaking and tokenization actually have not yet fully materialized, and with institutional funds predominantly flowing into BTC, and many people still pick BTC for their portfolio management. So actually my position, because I focus on short time trading with very strict stop loss orders, and relatively speaking, ETH offers greater volatility and thus larger short-term profit potential. So that's one of the reasons why I pick ETH. And for those engaging in dollar cost averaging, for this kind of investors, I would like to say don't go all in, because ETH is likely to remain the second largest cryptocurrency in this year, I'm sure. But its volatility will be higher than the past year, and making it suitable for a swing trader rather than long-term holding. Yeah, it's from my point of
Okay,
view.
thanks for the suggestion, Lee. And last one, let's hear from Priya.
Yeah, so yeah, there is real pressure towards it because competitors, maybe like Solana, they are growing faster with a better speed and lower fees as well. And even the stable coins like Tether is also expanding massively in the market cap. So also Ethereum price growth has been slower compared to others, as we saw. As I told about the Solana. So, which is why people are questioning its dominance. I think so. But for the long term, Ethereum is still very strong. It still has a largest decentralized finance ecosystem and the strongest developer base that we can't refuse, and even a huge layer 2 expansion with that. So even now, most serious on-chain innovation still happens on Ethereum or around it. So what I personally think now, this phase is still people are declining maybe, but Ethereum still has the strongest ecosystem and the developer base as well. So it can be changed in the short term, but it's still very hard to replace in the long run. So this is what I think.
Okay, right. Thanks for Priya. And guys, let's dive into the question two. Well, Michelle Saylor posed the strategies Bitcoin purchases last week. Does this signal that Bitcoin is still likely to decline? How should we interpret the relationship between strategies BTC buying and Bitcoin's price trend? Okay, we can see this X, the update. Michelle Saylor's strategy did not purchase any Bitcoin last week. Okay, and for this question, okay, Boris, are you here?
Yeah, can you guys hear me now?
Oh, yes, right. I think you can firstly share the market analysis, then answer the question too.
Oh yeah. Sure. Let me just share my screen. Yeah. So I'm gonna start out with the crypto bubbles for today. So yeah, obviously very down day. With many coins down pretty significant. I mean, Bitcoin is down like 3%, and then we've got ENA down 10%, and then BNB down 7. Uh, yeah, and I think this is because of Trump's comments about he's gonna like destroy Iran or something. So obviously everything keeps reacting to what Trump says. For the almost for the past like month, it's been very news driven market. So really, I think it's gonna continue to be this way until I don't know until this conflict ends. But then for Bitcoin, what I wanted to show is that I mean obviously it's kind of looking bearish. We had one up candle earlier last month, and now we have we're working on our third in a row red candle. So definitely not a good sign. Um, the only thing I want to show is that on the 200-day, sorry, this white line represents the 200-week SMA. So what this means is that usually if you go through Bitcoin's history, the 200-week SMA tends to act as a good marker of support and resistance. So as long as Bitcoin can hold like 60,000, I remain neutral on it. I don't want to get too aggressively short, even though it looks pretty bearish. And then, like for Ethereum, it looks not as great. We lost the 200-week SMA back in February, and then we tried to retest it, rejected, and yeah, I'm just waiting for basically $2,000 level to break. Um, Yeah, the only real coin in the top 50 that I'm bullish on is TRX. So actually went long on TRX back on earlier this week. It's kind of like trying to break above this high at around 0.317 or something. So and TRX looks pretty strong compared to the others. So I'm pretty bullish on TRX. I think we can actually get to the highs at around 36 cents, maybe even get as high as this high from December. Maybe we could get back to 40 cents on TRX. So yeah, TRX is really like the only one out of the top 20 that I'm bullish on. Everything else looks not so great. And then I suppose hype looks okay as well. Yeah, hype is just looking decent. Like, yeah, it's been up over the past few weeks. We are having a down week today. It's down 8%. But overall, over the past, since the beginning of the year, hype has been in an uptrend. So I think hype and TRX look okay for now. Everything else, I think we just have to wait and see. So yeah, pretty. Yeah, I'd say bearish and neutral on the market right now, especially with everything that's going on in the world. And let's see what else. Yeah, we can take a look at the US 100. So the Nasdaq, it's in a downtrend as well. Keep trying to like push higher, but keep getting rejected. So that's gonna have an effect on crypto. So yeah, overall, I'm pretty bearish this week. But until Bitcoin breaks, 60K, I wouldn't get too aggressively short on Bitcoin itself. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the market. And then yeah, for this question, I don't. Yeah, even though Michael Saylor paused, strategies Bitcoin purchases. I don't think. I don't know. I don't think it means it's gonna decline. I think he's been buying a lot of Bitcoin. So I think he's just pausing just because he already has a lot. So now is not like the optimal time to be buying. So yeah, I think it's just because he has enough Bitcoin. I don't think it signals that Bitcoin is likely to decline. I just think the conditions are not optimal to to be like long-term buying right now, due to all the geopolitical concerns. So yeah, those are my thoughts.
Okay, great. Thanks for Boris. And for the question two, then we hear from Jay.
Yeah. Yes, I will think this thing will decline, but not so easy as Boris said, unless we break 60. But for me personally, I will still think we still can get one more dead cat bounce into the 80 zone because uh what I saw on the heat maps, a lot of selling order there and a lot of stop loss. And to be honest, we don't have the juice to get more below than 60 for now. But if we can get around 80, that's probably we can break the 60 after that. But so that's why it's wise for market seller to not buying because everyone knows it's look bearish right now and it's not wise to buy right now for spot because I still think we still can visit 49 or even like 48 or 45 after we broke down the 60-ish area. Right now spot even for him is not wise. Thank you, Nora.
Okay, right. Thanks for Jay. Then
The simple answer is they already have a lot of BTC, so that's for institutional traders. So, and for for intraday traders and um, retail traders, you cannot adopt the same strategy like Microsoft and the entire global company. So basically, I feel um, for for retail traders, you should just focus on the price of the market, the narrative, the sentiment, and just ride along with it. So that's just all for me.
okay, makes sense. Thanks for just V. Then we hear from Lee.
Yeah, and I know this week, actually, I want to say because the market is so complicated and is combined with so many different sector, not even investors and institutes and banks and kind of stuff like that. So I don't think it is the unique factor to influence the market. Yeah, actually, strategy did indeed pause its 30-week consecutive buying streak, and the first time this year, and the seller did not post his Euro someday tweet. And however, as I said, does not necessarily mean that BTC is going to be a significant decline. And MSTR's purchase serve as a demand ankle, but they are just one of many forces in the market. They bought, I remember its amount about maybe 45 or 50,000 BTC at this March, and in the last month, I remember. And well, other companies have largely headed their purchase, and the pulse is more likely technical, related to maybe war or stock issues of fund arrangements, or the institutes their own hedge funds. It's kind of a portfolio management. And as the sailor himself has said, we will always buy every quarter. Historically, they have also paused purchase before. This is not the first time. So BTC continue to follow its own macro and ETF driven. So The reason, my conclusion is, while short-term sentiment has cooled, and this is not a significant or signal of trend reversal, continue to monitor BTC's weekly support levels and support inflows. One company's decision does not mean, or not to buy does not reflect the overall market dynamics. We should also maintain a regional allocation strategy. Yeah.
Okay, right. Thanks for the and last one. Let's hear from Priya.
Yeah, okay. So the question. So what I think not really, because Michael sell or passing buys doesn't automatically mean that Bitcoin will drop, because it's more about time. What I think, because even the MicroStrategy doesn't buy the non-stop. They wait for the better entries, because market is reacting unexpected reaction we are seeing in the market. Based on that, maybe wait for the perfect time to enter. So yeah, so their buying supports the market sentiment. The huge amount of buying that may support the market sentiment, but doesn't directly control the Bitcoin price trend. So that's what I think. So it won't affect Bitcoin price.
Okay, thanks for Priya. That's also question for question two, and then let's dive into the question three. For retail participants with smaller capital size, could you recommend concentrating their funds to secure a baseline allocation from top tier projects, or casting a wide net to find early under the radar opportunities? Okay, and for this question, firstly, the same Jay.
Yeah. Uh, yeah, I'm agree with the top tier. If you don't know anything about the crypto and randomly buy, I'm not agree with that. But at least if you know how to trade the shit coin, or the mafia coin or the cartel coin, such as like the highest one. But for me, better looking for the top tiers one. I mean, like the top 100 or even top 50s. More saver is the top 20s. I mean, like we're thinking about the long term, not a short term mindset game, because this thing for the we stay for the long term, because like if you think we're doing a short term right now, nah, you guys gonna get crashed. So better like thinking about the big guys like Bitcoin, Soul, like SRP. Yeah, yeah. I'm agree with that, Nora.
Okay, thanks for suggestion. Then let's hear from Josephine.
All right. So here's my advice. Now, for traders with low capitals and small capital size, the thing is, you would want to play the long-term game. Now, when we talk about the long-term game, we're talking about portfolio management. All right, you would want to see the assets you're coming into the market with and how fast you have to edge with the opportunity. I personally have done this a couple of times trying to scale my portfolio. And the thing is this, if you want to go with a big, top project, the tendencies of you getting solid results is not so much guaranteed, because even currently, with the current market cap of Bitcoin, even if you are going in with $50,000, or you're even going in with maybe less than that, $40,000 or $30,000, like how much will you make even when Bitcoin gets to 300K? How much are you going to make? So what I do say or advise people is this. All right, split your asset into portfolio. All right, your capital into portfolios. Have the ones you're going to risk on, under radar opportunities, all right? Like the project I was talking about, and some other good projects, all right? Projects you are, past to be, fortunate to part of the early, buyers, and do all of this, and grow your capital. Have a portion for that, and have a portion for stable projects that like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and top projects like that. Just do portfolio management. Have the larger portion for more stable, then maybe probably 40% for trying to look around good opportunity to scale. All right, I think that's going to help able to get a solid stand progresses. I think that's my advice.
Okay, great, great. Thanks for V, and then we can hear from Priya.
Okay, so in my view, so for most retail participants, it's generally safer to start by building a core allocation and establish assets like BTC, Ethereum. So as they offer relative more stability. So at the same time, allocating a smaller portion to early stage or emerging opportunities can also help capture the higher growth potential as well. So rather than choosing one approach over the other, a balanced strategy tends to work best, I think, combining stability with selective exposure to high risk opportunities. So I think being in a balance, that could be the key. So I think that was my thought about the question. Thank you.
Okay, great. Thanks for Priya. The last one, let's hear from Boris. Okay, Boris, are you still here? I think he made some network issues, right? So that's all the time for today's question. And yeah, thank you for joining us today. I bet this live stream is very important for our audience under this market. Be sure to keep an eye on CoinW and our guest. Follow their Twitter account as they will continue to share valuable insights on the world of crypto. Oh yes, Lee, you wanna share something of this question? The last time is for you.
No worries. No worries. I think it's just some tips. For a small capital, the biggest fear is buying a little bit of everything and end up with nothing. Because it's really a significant portion of the capital can be eaten up by transaction fees. It's very expensive. So I recommended that everybody focusing on dollar cost averaging and first using like 80 or 70% of your funds to establish mainstream positions in like BTC or ETH and allocated the remaining maybe 20 or 30% to high risk, high beta under the radar opportunities with strong narratives, liquidity, and early signals you find on social media or anywhere you pick the information, such as the meme coin or new DeFi narratives or AI related crypto crossover stuff like that. And so finally, I would say discipline is more important than coin selection. Set stop loss order for every trade, and market rewards those who survive the longest, not those who profits the fastest. So yeah, nothing else. I said.
Sure. That's great suggestion. Thanks for the and Boris.
Um, yeah, I would say like maybe do like an 80-20 split. So maybe allocate like 80% to like top tier projects like Bitcoin, ETH, Solana, maybe even Hype and TRX. And then use like a smaller percentage, like 10, 20, 30%, and uh yeah, allocate towards more like riskier projects. I think that's the correct approach. Yeah, I think that's what I would do. But if you're if you're dealing with smaller capital, maybe it does make sense to take a bigger risk and perhaps maybe change the ratio, maybe be like 30% into high risk projects and 70% into like the top 10 or the top 20. I think that would be reasonable.
Okay, got it. Thanks for Boris. Okay, guys, that's also time for today's question and AMA. Thank you, guys. See you next time. Right.
Okay, thanks guys.